1, 2, whoops, 3. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in this 3rd week of May 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards please for Virgo. How is Virgo feeling first of all? Right, we've got the King of Pentacles, but it was sort of in the challenge position. The King of Pentacles is your energy. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's earth energy. It's dealing with financial matters, material, wealth, security, generosity, savings, buying, selling, earning, spending, gifting. People with earth energy are very creative. They're problem solvers. Virgos are visionaries, you perfectionists. You have insanely high standards. Okay. So I don't know why that's in the challenge. Maybe there's an issue around money at the moment or security. Feeling a little bit, unstable. Two more for how you're feeling. The 9 of Wands. It's been a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a struggle for a while, okay? Each wand represents a challenge. This is the card of the Wounded Warrior. Okay, you're prepared to keep going, but you're feeling the strain a little bit. The 3 of Cups. Now, 3 is a number of community. It's celebrations when it's the 3 of Cups. It can also be third-party dynamics. If you think the 2 of Cups is 2 people that have fallen in love and it's a new, it's a new partnership, when you add another person and their feelings into the equation, that's one too many. So I'm not saying it is definitely third-party dynamic, but it could just be celebrations, family gatherings, celebrations in work, friends, groups. I mean, it's upright, so let's see what they've got going on with them. Three cards for the one that Virgo is thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in. Oh God, that's a lot. Right, we've got the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So the 8 of Pentacles upright. Oh no, it's not the 8 of Pentacles, it's the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles reversed. So If it was upright, this person would want to date someone. Okay, so that's like money, time, and energy, and it's making moves towards someone brand new and going, I want to date you. And it's the most noble knight out of all the 4 knights. This is the one you want because they're the one that's going to invest long term. That's reverse though. So why is this person not investing? They're either withdrawing investment from something they're already in, or they don't want to date anyone right now. They're closed off to that. At least, not in a long-term kind of way. So these cards, these cards came out as well. So let's look at these. The 10 of Swords is absolute pain, anguish, heartache. The end of a really, really tough, painful cycle. The Ace of Wands, rebirth. The 9 of Cups reversed is being like discontented, sad. The High Priestess, trusting intuition, feeling like it's all for a reason. The King of Cups, the 9 of Swords. Why would we go from the 10 of Swords to the 9 of Swords? The King of Cups is someone very patient, empathetic, generous of heart, generous of time, energy. Oof, I don't like that. It looks really... Why would we go backwards? Let's get another one. Another card for the one that Virgo's dealing with, thinking about, or manifesting in. The 7 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. If the 7 of Pentacles was upright, it's looking back at what we've planted, what we've cultivated so far. 7's a number of reflection. It's looking back at what's already been achieved, established, accomplished. Like a farmer looking at his crops with his hands on his hips, like, I've done a good job there. When it's reversed, it's like, I haven't done enough, I haven't achieved enough, I need to do more. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. Now, you're showing up as a King of Pentacles. They're showing up as a King of Cups, so you're both in your masculine energy. You're in the challenge position as the King of Pentacles. Something's been difficult financially, and then you've got the 3 of Cups. Maybe there's been a lot of outgoings from celebrations, personal kind of like birthdays, anniversaries, parties, graduations. You've been helping, everyone out in the family, like with sort of certain milestones or work on the house or something. Like, it's all good, it's happy stuff, but it's cost money. Or you feel like, you're hemorrhaging money because there's someone else that's receiving it that's outside of this relationship that shouldn't be. It's interesting that the King of Cups, the person showing us the King of Cups, and they've got like a withdrawal of Pentacles, like they're riding away with the Pentacles instead of bringing them. The Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups reversed. Why are they like in this cycle of pain? Why would you go back? Why would you go? That's really odd. Why would you go from the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Wands to the Nine of Swords? Because you should be reaching 10 and then the cycle should finish. But we've gone backwards. We're making it unnecessarily harder. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Well, of course you're not going to have achieved enough if you're withdrawing money or spending money. This person could be like over generous. They could be giving out pentacles left, right and centre. And it could be to loved ones, but there's only so much you can give. Especially like, depends what phase of life you're in, because if you're not earning, how are you giving? You know, like, this person's forgetting, aren't they, that like, maybe you don't have income anymore, you could be in retirement and just going through savings. Right, in the challenge, we've got the Death card, major for Scorpio, the Tower, major for Aries, and the Five of Wands. There's arguments here. There's arguments, collisions, clashes over a Tower moment and moving out of one chapter into a new chapter. We're just talking about like phases of life, aren't we? Different chapters of our life. You could be really disagreeing or colliding. I don't want to say colliding, do I? I want to say like clashing. Yeah, clashing over sort of next steps, pivotal moments, large decisions about the future, like especially if you've both been in management positions, you know, it's very difficult to not, you know, be the ones with the reins. You're both showing up as kings, you see, so you're both in your masculine energy. No one's kind of letting the other one lead. You've got someone who's like really worried about finances and someone who's worried about, you know, being generous. I think you're kind of wanting to be more practical and frugal, and they're wanting to be kind of emotional and soppy, and I don't know what the reason for that is. You could have different love languages, you know, if one of you is showing up as earth energy and the other one's showing up as water energy. Oops. Certain times of year are very emotional, aren't they? So that could trigger just thinking about anniversaries, and you got birthdays, but you've got like milestones, like you've also got deaths, haven't you, and anniversaries of people's passings and stuff like that. So we can get over emotional and act slightly out of our better judgment. Now we've got the King of Wands reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, the Chariot reversed, and the Five of Pentacles upright. What on earth is that? Sometimes it helps to read them the other way, and then I can like think what the opposite is. Okay, so if these cards were the right way up, you'd have someone coming out from the cold, out from poverty, financial or emotional or both. Then you'd have movement, victory. You'd have this like excited energy, spontaneous energy, and then you'd have this like this person that feels like the man or the woman, you know, like they've got it all, they're abundant, they're confident, they're glowing. You know, one's is passion, it's that seductive charm, like when someone's charming and confident and assertive and goal orientated, and there's this like joie de vivre and like joy of life, like ambition, you know, like when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. When you're doing well, when you're successful, you know, it's just up, 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 isn't it? And that's what we've got here. Someone who's maturing and they're getting more confident and they're slowing down a little bit and they're leveling up. They're victorious. When it's this way, hang on. When it's this way, someone could feel like a failure. They could feel like there's loss or defeat at the last minute. They could feel like, you know, they're lackluster, they've lost their sex drive, their passion, their confidence, and they're not able to meet these responsibilities. They're not able to provide, to create new goals and meet them. It's like a lack of confidence, a lack of willpower, a lack of ambition, you know, just feeling really weakened and insecure, irresponsible, unsuccessful. So that's part of the outcome. And in the challenge, we had the Tower, arguments, and trying to close out a cycle. So there could have been some sort of poor investment or poor decision, or a decision made without agreement on both sides. But it feels like someone's been very foolish here. They've been overconfident or irresponsible. Again, we've got another king, so it's this masculine energy, like no one's yielding. Oh, why have I just picked up them? Let's get another one, because they're two combinations and I need a third card for the outcome. Page of Cups. That's an apology, guys. That's an apology. The King of Wands. I think the King of Wands is going to apologise. I'm just not sure who is the King of Wands. I'm telling you now, on your side, you've got all wands. On their side, they've got pentacles and swords. So you could be dealing with, they've got cups as well. The wands are your side. So you could end up being very argumentative and bolshy, you know, angry, overly passionate. When passion spills over, it becomes anger. I don't know, that's a guess. Because also, they were in combination with the Five of Pentacles, and you were showing up as the King of Pentacles as the challenge. So I do feel like it's something really financial here, because they've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed and they've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. It's like they've taken money out of the savings and then they've realised there's not enough savings. One of you's going to apologise to the other anyway. And it's to do with finances. That's the main thing, is you're gonna sort it out. Right, let's see what's going on with them. Why have they got the Ten of Swords? Why are they withdrawing investment of time, money or energy? Exposed. Fragile heart, too open, in danger of heartbreak. See, this person has a really soft centre that they don't show to people. Okay, when they feel pain, they internalise it. When they feel embarrassment, they would rather save face and internalise it than have anyone know that they're in the Ten of Swords or the Nine of Swords energy. Okay, they stay extremely calm. Dream world, living in a fantasyland, illusions, not real love. Brief affair. Brace for a sudden ending, short but sweet, can't last. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. Late bloomer. Age gap or immature attitude, out of sync and needs more time. Up in the air. Not able to make solid plans, flighty, ungrounded. Unable to free yourself from a sticky situation, taking a step back helps you to see clearly. Oof. I mean, that's a lot of stuff coming out there. I don't normally get that many clarifiers. It's normally like one or two. It's weird. I mean, it says affair, doesn't it? It says tangled, brief affair, late bloomer, like the immature, irresponsible. They can be emotionally cut off. They can go through the motions. But then, that's bizarre. That's such scattered energy. It's like a bit of everything. Let's see what else comes out from a different oracle deck. Crossed paths, a mismatch of intentions, clashing perspectives, a journey misled, seeks alignment. There could be an age gap between you. This person could have acted immaturely. With, with finances or with the relationship. I don't know. That's a lot. There's just so many like cards. That's really weird. The King of Cups upright is someone who's like really emotional and well, like emotionally balanced. Like they're not reversed, but they're experiencing a lot of pain. Caution. Whatever it is, they're very tight-lipped about it. Because that exposed thing is like, it's not about them getting exposed, it's like they don't want to reveal their soft side. They don't want anyone to know that they have all these thoughts and fears and feelings. Like, they keep that under lock and key. Do you know what I mean? That heart is like kept in a jar, like safe from exposure. Right, where am I up to? I need to clarify with these. The Golden Mirror. Self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. King of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. We did have the Three of Cups on this side, didn't we? You might know that this person's having an affair, or you might believe that they're having an affair. Or they could have had one in the past. Because we got a Tower moment. We've got the end of a chapter. But it's like because of a Tower moment, and then there's like conflict. We've got an apology. The King of Wands. See, I was reading it as purely financial. Now, they could have been taking money out to spend it on websites, women of the night, men of the night, OnlyFans. You know, it doesn't have to be like a physical affair, does it? People spend a lot of money on porn, or, you know, a fancy man, a fancy woman. There's a lot of people that get catfished as well, isn't there? And they get a lot of money taken from them just for like texting someone. They'd be like, I need money, text me. Send me, put money in my account, my Cash App or whatever. Like, I don't know that kind of world, but I only know it from catfish. But it's just, you wouldn't believe how some people live, just sending loads of money to someone that they've never even met, that they just text them. Maybe this King of Wands is very out of order. Maybe they're immature in terms of like they've been cheating, or, you know, either like spending money on someone they've never even met. or are going to meet, you know, because you can get scammed by people who are the same sex but claim to be someone else, or they have another person, they physically have another person that they spend money on. But it does seem like it's going to get exposed and there's going to be arguments, and then there's going to be an apology. What's the nature of this connection between Virgo and the one that's showing up in their reading? I do think that you're married because you're both showing up as kings, and we're getting like community cards. Nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. Reaching your goal, everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future. What? How does that possibly go together? How does that possibly go together? So, really, without overthinking it on their side, they're just running around doing the most to getting involved with people because it's exciting and they're not really thinking too much through. I'm looking at that as money, but it could just be like a lack of time for you, or a lack of investment of time, money and energy, which would leave you out in the cold. You don't have to be married. You could be two mature people to show up as two kings. To be fair, I don't have a Four of Wands card, which is marriage or stability. I don't have Six of Cups soulmate card. You could be two mature, responsible people that are quite independent of one another, but then they keep running around having lots of people on. You know, like some people have people on a schedule, like they got one for each day of the week because they're just used to being like that. But they're not really living like the way that they should. It's immature, you know, everything's kind of like tangled up. Minnie's saying that because he says nothing has gone wrong, you're reaching your goal. This is divine timing. And we do see an apology. I think they get regretful over how they've treated you. Perhaps you always knew that they were with someone else. But then there's a tower moment and you decide to walk away, and then they like shit themselves and then they apologise, something like that. It could be any number of things, to be honest. Let's get messages from them, because you're definitely like involved with them. It's not a future energy, and it's not so, you know, someone new. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. Ooh, so yeah, so you could have just called them out on their shit, caused a tower moment, you know, had arguments, and then you're in separation, and they could really like think, oh my god, what have I done? You know, all this gallivanting around. They could stop it and pack it in and then apologise. Stranger things have happened. Let's get you some advice, and then I'll get you an angel number. Spirit, what is your advice for Virgo? Curiosity. It's a strange one to get out, isn't it? Curiosity. Maybe it's about being interested in what this person does next and what they have to say. Morning rituals. In the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself, to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for ones that do. So if you find yourself dwelling on stuff in the morning, don't say, I've got a long day ahead of me, it's going to be productive, but I deserve this quiet time to have a coffee, or I deserve to listen to some upbeat music on the way to work, or I deserve to have a shower and look nice, you know? I deserve to pull the blinds up and enjoy the morning sunrise. Like, talk in a way that is really, really nice. You know, I deserve to have a nutritional breakfast, you know, to fuel me so that I may, you know, have a productive day. Like, just find your bliss, okay, and treat yourself well. What else? What else? This one. That's like strange stuff to come out, isn't it? What have you been doing in the morning that's weird? If you've been snoozing, because that's not good, that's just anxiety on top of anxiety. I do that. I probably do that in the morning as well. But you never really relax, do you? You just go, oh, now I've got even less time to get ready. Then you end up being a bit late for work or something like that. You get agitated on the way. Yeah, it's not good. Spirals. Emotional healing. I have to look really close at these because the text is too thin. Heal emotional wounds to release past pains and soothe your heart. I'm getting the vibe of like reconciliation. I'm getting like, this is painful now, but you're going to reconcile. Like, that's like one of them magic eye things, isn't it? Like, sometimes that looks to me like two Capricorns facing each other, and then other times it looks like people. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I think you're gonna hold like loving space for this person, and you know, just be kind to yourself, take it easy, and over the next like several months, I just think there could be some like important shifts. Let's get you an angel number because that might give us a clue. Right, Spirit is giving you a lot of support here. Spiritual awakening, new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. Okay, so 1001, if you see that number, you're being comforted, okay, that this is just momentary, it's going to pass. 0440, the gut feeling. Intuition, betrayal, pessimism, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love. and monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Have you been the one that's in a third party? For some of you, you're the one that's in a love triangle. Okay? For some of you, it could be both of you, you know? You might not have been truthful that you're dabbling with other people, even if you don't feel like you two are exclusive. That's what's making it toxic. 1144, high vibes. Divine intervention. Well, you got that with the tower. That's freaky. Prosperity, big ventures, fated events, faith, purpose, higher calling. Love or the happiness lurks just around the corner. It will be something much better than in your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity and exciting encounter with like-minded people will exceed your expectations. That's nice. That's really nice. That's wild, the fact that it says nothing's gone wrong, you're reaching your goal. And then you've got spiritual awakening, high vibes. But you are getting... They've got, like, caution cards, tangled. You've got, like, 3 of cups, which is third party. I wonder if it's just a lack of, like, you know, everything's so confused, you're going into a period of separation. Or you're feeling unsure about the future, but actually, things could strengthen. It could go full circle, and you could actually become more exclusive and closer together, like, in the end. But you might have to be apart for a while for them to have a real think about that, and you might need to be honest about, you know, whether you've been, like, fully supporting this or part of the problem as well. Right, thank you for the likes. Thank you for hanging on in there, because it's like 1 a.m. here now in the UK. I'm gonna switch off, get into bed. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.